Skin by Dr. Simran Sethi is a skincare line created for women of color by a woman of color. The company is dedicated to addressing most common skin concerns for women of color and helping them achieve their natural glow. Here to tell us more about their treatments is Dr. Simran Sethi. Dr. Sethi, thanks for joining us here again on Live in the Bay.
Thank you, Jessica.
Yes, I love when you're here because I love to talk about all things skincare. And recently, some med-spas were kind of in the headlines for negative reasons because of Botox and microneedling. So let's first talk about Botox. What was the story there?
Yeah, so recently the CDC set out a warning that there is some counterfeit Botox that's being used in medical spas, and of course they found this because of adverse events. And I think that a lot of people have seen these headlines, which is great. But today I just wanted to clear, you know, when would you be, how to look at a medical spa provider and make sure you're safe, and because there are some common themes, and of course, Botox is used widely. It has some excellent uses, but some of these headlines can make people scared sometimes.
Yeah, so what should we be looking for when it comes to Botox and choosing the right medical spa?
So first of all, Botox is a brand, but it falls in a category of things called neurotoxins. There's Botox, Dysport, Xeomin, and just because Botox is in the headline doesn't mean that the other thing, that category of neurotoxins can be counterfeited. But essentially, in the United States, Botox can only be injected by a doctor or a nurse practitioner, and the supply chain is very well controlled. If you're going to a hotel room because your friend said there's someone doing injections there today, or someone is traveling from somewhere, these are probably
I've heard about these Botox parties, right?
Yes, and I'm not saying they're all not legit, but you just have to be very careful. And the other thing, when you're looking for a provider, a medical spa that provides Botox, look at who's doing the treatments. It's very good to ask, who will I be injected by? And when the provider comes into the room, they should have the vial or the box of Botox with them. It shouldn't be, tucked in their jacket already in syringes. That's usually like, what are you injecting in me? So those are some of the things as consumers that we can do very easily. And if you're in doubt, go to the manufacturer's website, and they'll put a physician finder there, and you can just make sure that the clinic you're going to is in that list.
Okay, so you can go to the Botox website and look at the clinicians that are
offering it in your area.
Okay,
absolutely.
Perfect.
Yes.
Good tips, great tips. Another headline, another treatment that was grabbing headlines was microneedling. So what was the story there?
Yeah, so microneedling, again, is a very popular treatment for skin. It's great for acne, scarring, for fine lines and wrinkles. And one of the things that we add to the microneedling procedure is plasma. So that means drawing your blood, spinning it in a special centrifuge, and isolating your plasma, which is very rich in growth factors. And in New Mexico, there was a medical spa that since 2017, I think they've traced this back, was reusing a lot of the supplies like needles and tubes, and that led to HIV infections, which have now been traced back to the medical spa. So clearly, this is very alarming and something that I can imagine consumers are going to be really concerned about.
Yeah, and microneedling is really popular. It's gained popularity, especially in the last few years. So what are things that consumers can look out for when trying to find a place that will be safe to get their microneedling done? So,
the adage, if it's, if you're going to see something that's really cheap, too good to be true, it's too good to be true.
Yeah.
So as a consumer, first of all, don't go to the lowest price place unless you have made sure, again, is it physician supervised? Because in the state of California, you can only get microneedled by a doctor, nurse practitioner. If your esthetician is offering to microneedle you, they're not licensed to, which also means they don't have the right device for it. And when I say that, it's because, when devices go through FDA approval, or drugs go through, like Botox, go through FDA approval, they don't only look at efficacy, they look at safety. So I use a device called Skin Pen in my practice. It's the only FDA approved one in the US. But one of the great things about Skin Pen is that you cannot reuse those needles. The minute you go to charge the device, you have to remove your needle array and it cannot be used again. So those are some of the things that regulatory bodies make you put in devices. So make sure that you know what is being used on you, who is doing it, and of course, if the price seems very low, then something is off.
Yes, okay, and so those are great tips when it comes to both popular treatments, Botox and microneedling. So safety is going to be a big concern for everyone, so thank you for those. In general, when it comes to, we're in the summer now, I want to ask you one final question. What are things that we should be looking out for as we're heading into the summer season to take care of our skin?
So, you know, big one is we're going to definitely get more sun, even if we try to avoid it, right? And a lot of people forget that we get a lot of blue light exposure outside as well. That's why our sky is blue. And when you're picking a sunscreen, you should be looking for a sunscreen that actually gives you blue light protection, because blue light actually damages your skin more than UVA and UVB rays. So a lot of people don't know that. So, you know, sunscreen is very popular, but in the summer times, it's even more important because our days are longer. So look for blue light protection if you're getting a new sunscreen.
Okay, use that sunscreen, so important always.
For sure.
Yes, Dr. Sethi, thank you so much for joining us here. Always love to chat with you about the best skincare tips.
Great, thank you.
Thank you. To learn more about any of Dr. Sethi's skincare tips, you can visit her website at skinbydrsethi.com.